The boys
are back
with another video.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Are y'all ready for this?
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video with Ballin' with the Boys. And of course, as you guys know, it's your boy Chris, and alongside me is our boy Justin. So, as you guys already know, we're going to get into some news. We're going to talk about a streak that has ended, a streak that probably has started with the new interim coach, Las Vegas Raiders, hitting it off. So yeah, let's start talking about my boy Anthony, his Raiders team. Aiden O'Connell, man, winning 2 games as a rookie.
I mean, although he looks like a preteen who just hit the pubescent stage, he's doing a good job at quarterback. A lot better than a grown-looking Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yeah. That's all he's got going for him. Jimmy, you got just the looks. That is it. You're playing a backup quarterback for the rest of your life. I'm saying that now.
I have already seen him in a couple commercials, actually. After I said that, I was like, oh, dang, they think he's got the face for TV, too.
Oh, well, I was just talking about endorsements. And so once you start collecting endorsements, I heard that you're on the road of retirement.
I mean, pretty much. You're getting paid to not do anything. Why would you keep doing something?
So, so I guess this week coming up, we're going to figure out if the Raiders are going to go 3-0 with Aiden or if it's going to be a fluke.
Who do they face this week?
That's a great question, Anthony.
What a guy.
We got a backup stats guy. But while he's looking that up, let's talk about another quarterback situation that really is got me going crazy because the Rams only played what's his name? Rypien. 1 game.
He's fired.
And he's out. He's done. But who do they bring in? Carson Wentz. They bring in Carson Wentz.
Hey, man, he's got to be better than Brett Rypien. You seen what he did to the Commanders?
He became the backup.
Hey, he held his spot solid for like 6 weeks.
I mean, that's fair.
And I mean, right now with Matthew Stafford trying to get back.
Here's the thing. I don't really got nothing against Carson Wentz. He's not the best quarterback, but as a backup, I would take him.
I mean, he's okay for that.
I mean, he can throw the ball.
Don't
trust him running the ball because that's just an automatic turnover.
I mean, that's never mind. I mean, yeah, but I just screw that news, dude. I need Matthew Stafford back. Cooper Kupp looks like one of the worst receivers.
Oh,
in the league,
dude, I couldn't.
And I don't even understand it.
Oh, dude, I couldn't imagine your fantasy while Rypien was taking the snaps.
I don't know how I'm still winning games, dude.
That's fair.
I don't think we're going to go 3-0. We're going to go against the Dolphins.
Yeah, I was about to interject and tell them they're going.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going 3-0.
Yeah, sorry, buddy. That's a 2-1.
Yeah, no.
31 to 10.
I think it's going to be another Broncos thing going over again.
Hopefully not that bad. Oh, boy.
That part, I think it's going to be another Broncos.
If that happens, man, are you saying the Raiders are gonna beat the Miami?
No, I'm thinking the Dolphins.
Okay.
Yeah, I was about to say, hold on.
That's what
Are
I
you
thought
talking
we were
about
saying
Denver?
here.
As much faith as I have in the Raiders, I don't have any faith against the stack team of.
Well, I told you before. I'll say your middle linebacker. I can't remember his name to save my life, but the new middle linebacker, he's starting to step up a lot, especially with Max Crosby. Max Crosby.
Give
it a year. I say give it this season, next season. about midseason they'll start clicking together. You know, the defense might go wild.
Why I
But-
catch a video? Never mind. We just gonna leave that one alone.
We ain't gonna put Max Crosby on blast.
We
I will
gonna
say this.
talk about that off
The whole
air.
thing with Max Crosby, he is a beast player.
Oh, for sure.
He is a beast. But the league telling him that he can't wear his triangle no more on his helmet kind of threw everything off.
Yeah, because that was a symbol of his sobriety.
Yeah.
So that is kind of messed up. But, you know, NFLPA, you got to protect the players, whatever.
Sobriety of what?
He used to be hooked.
He used to be hooked on drugs really bad and alcohol. And then he got into the regimen of training for the NFL, and that's what got him sober, and he's been sober this whole time.
Well, stay that way, dude.
Yep. But, so, next news. Past 5 games. Guess how those were won? Nothing but kickers. The kickers won the game. Past 5 games. Like, what's going on? Is it just a kickers league now?
That boy's got a leg.
All of a sudden, you know, Matt Gay's out here winning games for Colts. Now, other people got to do it.
I mean, yeah, of course. I mean, they got to follow suit. But there's just been a lot of close games that they've had lately, and it's just really, I mean, that's their main problem. They got to find a way to put more points on the board than just field goals.
Well, hold on. Yeah, so speaking of kickers, though, let's talk about that Broncos game just recently where the Bills messed that all up. Messed it all up. They could have won the game twice. Twice they could have won the game. First they do a PI on defense. Next, 12 men on the field. Let's just, you know, let them have it. And the kicker missed the field goal.
That's what happens when you flunk math. There's only supposed to be 11, by the way. Buffalo.
So then they get to move even closer, and then he hits the field goal.
Yeah, I mean, he got a retry kick, and at that time he didn't miss. So that's really, I mean, all up to Buffalo. But
I'm not going to say like the videos I saw, but I will say there's a lot of memes about DeMar Hamlin. I'm not going to say the videos I saw, but there is a meme about DeMar Hamlin.
Compared to the weak Colts game and everything that they got screwed over on.
Yeah,
Against,
but
was it Browns? Or is it
yeah,
Browns?
yeah, that was the Browns game where they got screwed over on the PIs.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. So Broncos, I feel like got a lucky win. First of all, why did the Bills even struggle? I don't know. I keep hearing that Josh Allen is going downhill. But they did just fire their OC, so we could possibly see a change. Maybe not. We'll have to see what happens during the next game with the new OC or new play caller.
I mean, we could definitely hope so. But Josh Allen really has not been looking like himself at all this year. I mean, compared to last year, I don't know exactly how many picks he's thrown, but this year, he's already got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 picks.
Jeez.
Which, I mean, granted, he's still got more touchdowns than picks.
Here's the thing.
That's good.
You know, I wonder how many of those were like heading towards Stephon Diggs and he got picked off.
Yeah, that's a good question. I wonder how many of them was his fault. But I have a feeling it's probably most of them.
Yeah.
It's just Josh Allen.
Yeah. Yeah, he's having an off season.
He's actually getting slammed by Trayvon Diggs right now because
Oh yeah?
they're talking about, well, he posted a little bit after the game talking about get 14 out of there. Talking about out of Buffalo
No.
because he doesn't want to be there no more. He didn't want to be there last season. And then they said, hey, we going to pay you some more. And he was like, okay.
Right.
Well, maybe I can handle the bullcrap for an extra $50,000.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect Diggs to be in Buffalo after this season.
No, I mean,
Because it would be even worse that they don't even like if they didn't even make it to the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, he's got to be really, really going through something, or I don't know. Maybe he's got a mental fog going on. You know, I mean, we see it with Joe Burrow every year. Unfortunately, he's got 4 or 5 games where he's just not good at all, and then he comes around. He's back. He's back, man. He's warmed up. But Josh Allen ain't did that this season at all. And again, Trayvon Diggs stirring the pot. Posted another thing talking about how he didn't start popping off Josh Allen until he got there, referring to Stephon Diggs.
Oh.
Oh. And then he posted the stats of the man.
Oh, man.
Which, he ain't lying. I mean, he came with receipts, bruh.
Yeah.
Can't lie about it.
Hey, I mean, facts are facts. You can't, you got to face them.
That's what the paper says. That's what the paper shows.
So, I want to go back to when you were talking about Burrow having some bad games. Yeah. He said we ain't going to mention.
Joe Burrow's defense, he was technically injured the first few weeks.
Yeah, I ain't lying.
I'm not even talking about that. I'm going to talk about last week's game.
We got our butt whooped. CJ Stroud's a dog.
Dog. Right. Let's just admit it. I mean,
he's underrated.
I mean, he's definitely.
he
is definitely probably top runner for Rookie of the Year.
Oh yeah.
I don't see how he wouldn't be. He might be MVP of the year. The past 2 weeks, he has came back. I forget who I was saying this to earlier, but I was literally just talking about this earlier today. The past 2 weeks, he has came back and won within the past minute of the game. He did that to the Bengals, and he did that to the Bucks.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's shocking because
that's
I
good.
mean, for one, Tank Dell went out during that game.
Mm-hmm.
He did come back in, right?
Yeah, he did.
But then Noah Brown twice now has popped off. So fantasy managers, if you guys didn't have him or if you guys benched him, bad call because I played him and that was a great call. But he went off. Dalton Schultz is going off now. If you got Damian Pierce like me, keep him on the bench because it looks like Singletary's taking that spot.
Which right now, Noah Brown, like you said, he might have made the wrong choice last week if he ain't playing, but he is questionable right now.
I did see that, so he is on my bench.
That's something to keep an eye on. Monitor his health.
I would say keep an eye on Nico Collins too in case he comes back.
As well as Nico Collins, because as soon as Nico Collins comes back, unfortunately, I don't think Noah Brown will have.
Hey, I will say that I think Houston has found their 3 receivers though after this season. I don't see Robert Woods being there after this season. I mean, it's probably going to be Brown, Dell, and Collins.
Yeah, I mean, they really don't need him.
Which I find it kind of upsetting though because I was excited to see what John Mechie could do, and he hasn't really been doing too much for him.
I mean, I heard his name a couple times in the last game, but again, that was solely because of Nico Collins' presence being missed. So.
But speaking about presence being missed, I got some huge news. I was so excited about it.
So excited.
So excited. So excited. Kyler Murray.
So you ain't getting that out of me. Yeah.
Kyler Murray made his debut. And he went off.
And boy, did I make a mistake now playing Trey McBride.
Yeah, I told you to play Trey McBride, and you didn't want to listen.
Hey, your boy still won.
Brady's upset because Marquise Brown didn't get the ball a lot.
Sorry, 2-7.
I just caught what you said. Sorry, 2-7. That is so messed up.
Oh, 2-8. Okay, you're right. My bad. Fact checker.
He said, "Do I see you in the running for Marvin Harrison Jr.?" No.
You ain't lying.
But yeah, so Kyler Murray came back, looked great. He didn't seem like he was scared to run with the ball. So it looks like the therapy and everything went well. So I'm excited, Cardinals fan, excited to have him back.
So it's not a fluke. We'll see after this week.
Who do they play this week? I think it's Houston.
They play
Yeah,
Yeah.
so Houston.
Yeah, they're not winning that. the
that's
Texans just beat the Bengals.
Yeah.
Now, how mad would he
Cardinals.
watch him be mad if the Arizona Cardinals won that game?
Hey, if the Cardinals win, Houston had an off week.
CJ
Okay.
Stroud went out. Okay?
Yeah.
That's what that was.
But so another thing about Cardinals, they just got Michael Carter off the waiver wire. So they got another RB2.
Yeah, I was say he's taking number 2, bro. DeMarcado just seems like he might be a little bit too injury prone.
Well, it's not even that. They got James Conner back.
Well, I mean, yeah, but he's going
But-
to RB1 until he starts sucking again.
Yeah, James Conner is an RB2 in my eyes as well.
I mean, they're all
So
RB2.
they don't have an RB1. They need an RB1.
I was about to say it's
Bad.
the same situation as the Bills, the Rams, all RB2s.
Oh, dude,
they got RB2.
Hey, you guys should have seen how this man was like so frustrated over the Bills not like having any news over Leonard Fournette.
Yo, and there still isn't. Is he gonna play in Week 11? I need to know because last week Derrick Henry put up 3 points for me, and I don't understand how he does that. It's Derrick Henry. It is the freight train. It is number 22. He has never put up 3 points, I don't think, in his career. I might.
Hey, I'm just letting anybody know that's in the fantasy league with us. Quentin Johnson is available because I heard Keenan Allen's day to day. Joshua Palmer still out. I got the wide receiver 1 right now.
Jalen Guyton popped off more than he did.
I don't want to hear it.
Speaking of, jumping into my section just a little bit. Waiver wire pickups, guys. Deeper leagues, Jalen Guyton. My uncle was way too fast on that.
You gotta be quicker than that.
I was looking, and at the same time I was looking, it was like, he made a roster move. And I was like, and then I seen who he picked up, and I was like, well, that narrows my options down. I'm picking up a different tight end.
Yeah, so I mean that like reminds me of when I was about to go after Mitchell. I don't remember his first name, but Ravens running back
Keaton Mitchell,
Keaton Mitchell.
the rookie.
I was thinking
Wire.
about it. So I was thinking about it. Because I was going through my phone and I was like, man, he just popped off. But I was like, I just won my matchup. Nah, because I already know somebody else is going to go after him, and they're probably got their pick is before mine.
And I still didn't get him.
So that's why I was like, I'm not even going to try.
Instead, I got Joshua Dobbs.
Oh, okay. So now that we brought him up, I was about to say.
Granted,
I was going to say, since
he's
we're
doing
like,
great.
Speaking about dogs, let's bring up Joshua Dobbs. And since he's already, mentioned the name.
Dude, that's with a B, bro. BB, actually. D-O-B-B-S, not D-O-G.
Yeah.
Dog.
But he's still a dog.
No, dog. He's a dog.
He's a dob.
Waiver wire pickup.
Honestly, I
I need a
mean,
button over here. It just screams that.
we'll get there eventually.
Waiver wire.
Yeah, so first game, didn't even know any of his players' first names, and he's taking snaps. Came back and won the game against Atlanta.
I just think that's bullcrap. Because how do you not know T.J. Hawkinson's name?
I mean,
You're lying, bro. You know Hawkinson, dog. They're like, come on.
In his defense,
Come
he did go through 5 teams.
That's fair. That is a lot of names to remember. I guess that's true.
he was like, I was just with Trey McBride. Now, who are you?
Yeah, and when he's on the other team, I
Go
guess
this route?
he probably ain't looking at their names. He's probably thinking that's enemy number 1. And that's it. So I guess that's fair. That's fair. But I mean, no, he is doing really good. And for people that are, I mean, if you're not in a deeper league, I don't know why Dobbs wouldn't be picked. Or
Hey,
why
all
he
I'm
wouldn't be
saying-
on the waiver wire.
Hey,
Go get him.
all I'm saying is Kirk Cousins, you might want to start looking for another job, man. I mean, this is twice now that Dobbs has won games like without the star receiver.
He'll be in Washington or he'll be in Atlanta next year. Maybe Tennessee. We'll see how Will Levis does the rest of the season.
No, I don't see him in Tennessee because he already came from Tennessee.
I mean, but he's gonna go there and retire.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Just honestly, he's a stellar quarterback. I was upset that the Cardinals got rid of him because when Clayton Tune played, it was just terrible, just so terrible. But luckily, Murray's back, so it's all right. I'm liking that with the fresh start of Dobbs because with me having Jordan Addison on my fantasy league, him and Jordan can get a good connection going without Jefferson being on the sidelines now.
Again, Jefferson's coming back soon. Dobbs' points are going to skyrocket after that, I imagine. He'll have even more targets to throw. Go get him. Drop Russell Wilson. He's lost her.
Drop Wilson. Drop Carr. You definitely dropped Deshaun Watson. He is. Yeah, he is out for the rest of the season.
Yeah, he's a goner. He got a little bit of a hardcore massage and messed up his shoulder.
4 with me. 4. Not 3, 4.
Now they actually got a rookie coming in playing for them.
I don't know his full name. I know his nickname is DTR.
His name is Dorian Thompson Robinson.
DTR.
DTF? No. He's like, wait. He's like, all right, demonetized. Joke's on you. Y'all aren't paying us anyway.
Get body.
As long as it ends in
I
So yeah, Joshua Dobbs, dog. Like Justin said, go get him if you haven't yet. Play him. I believe they actually got a good matchup this week coming up. Yeah, they play Denver.
was gonna say we just talked about this.
Yeah, so I feel like that's going to be a good game for Dobbs.
I mean, it should be.
You said what?
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna be a field day, but they're definitely gonna have.
I feel like
at least
since
2 touchdowns
Minnesota,
more.
I don't know. I feel like Minnesota isn't like a top tier team, so they won't struggle. Actually, Minnesota's their defense is on uprise. I'll say that because Cameron Bynum is really killing it. But next, we're going to talk about San Francisco and how they failed to get Christian McCaffrey a touchdown. The streak is over.
Did you see that after that game, he was like, yeah, I know my streak ended. Everybody got a touchdown except for me. I suck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like,
Do it.
dang, I can't tell if he's actually bummed or if he's just like, nah, it's whatever.
I mean,
dude,
you
I
gotta,
went that
like-
long anyways.
like- Dude, that is literally, I was about to say, like, you got to realize you're holding a record right now. You know, that's a whole streak.
he's not holding the record. He did not break that record.
I thought he did.
He missed the record because of that game. I'm pretty sure.
He would have broke the record with that game.
Okay.
I was about to say how,
Actually,
yeah.
we would have tied it.
Well,
And then the next
So-
one, he would
The
have had to
next
get
game
another.
would've been-
well, I mean, still,
He's
you know,
right
you're-
below him.
You got a streak going on, and you're hitting the end zone every time. And you know, after you just don't get it, you're gonna be bummed about it.
Especially with every teammate.
I mean, come
Getting a
on.
touchdown.
I know it's
Yeah,
fake.
I mean, that
so
ain't
like,
no lie.
So like, I know
Even
it's-
Juice Sizik got a touchdown.
yeah. But like, I know it's fake. But like, look at the Undertaker. He was still bummed that he had to give up his streak.
Well, I don't know.
But that also, he was retiring after that. Like,
Yeah. So I mean, you're still
he
bummed
didn't
about
really-
it though.
Yeah, he was bummed, but he kind of was like, all right, this is my time. This is my time.
WWE is scripted. NFL. You got something to say? Hey.
We're gonna talk
Oh,
about
what a
this.
good
But yeah,
On to it.
so during that game, the San Francisco game, they were actually trying to get McCaffrey this touchdown.
And he couldn't.
Like, could you imagine your name being called so many times and yet you're still not getting in the end zone? That's all the Jaguars worried about at that point. I feel like that's why they lost, because it was like, we're not letting him get this.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I was about to
I
say.
feel like they did not care because they went through stats like everyone was a touchdown.
Yeah.
Just cover him, guys.
Right, like Debo came back from shoulder injury, and yet he still got a touchdown.
You know how like you play franchise and it's like focus on this week's game plan or whatever. The Jaguars' game plan was solely the only thing
Don't
in their
let
notebook.
McCaffrey get a touchdown.
Stop, CMC.
Touchdown, but
Right.
They was like, we don't have to win. We have
Bro,
to
I
break the
low-
streak. That's
I
it.
low-key be hating those game plan things on Madden. They'd be like, get such and such 150 receiving yards. And I'm like, I can barely throw 100.
It's like, how am I gonna get Wandale Robinson 150 receiving yards?
And then it's like, get like 3 touchdowns with, say I'm playing with Jonathan Taylor, get 3 touchdowns with Jonathan Taylor, rush for 200 yards. I'm like, huh?
You ain't never done that. You gotta make it more realistic, man. Come on now.
So, next thing I had was, we already talked about it, the Bills. They lost. Their fault. Fired offensive coach.
I'm excited to see how bad they play this week against the Jets.
Oh, dude.
It's probably
They're
gonna
going to make Zach Wilson probably look like an all-pro.
I doubt it. I think that score is probably gonna be like 3-9.
3-9. Last thing I have. We mentioned this guy about dropping him, and I would, because this man carries a curse. Derek Carr. If you guys haven't heard about it, he carries a curse. Olave, what happened to him? DUI. Michael Thomas, battery through a brick. Henry Ruggs.
How far did he throw the break?
So I heard it was on a...
Because the Saints need a quarterback.
So... So it wasn't very far. It wasn't very far because there was construction going on by his house, and he said, hey, don't park here by my car. And I guess they did. They didn't listen to him, and he threw a brick at dude's car. So, but carrying on, what happened to Henry Ruggs? Vehicular manslaughter.
Safe flight repair, safe flight replace. Yeah, that man Ruggs ain't getting that.
We do not sponsor Safe Flight, just letting y'all know.
But safe flight. If you want some very low audience podcasters, hit our line.
But did you hear the Ruggs one?
Vehicular manslaughter.
Yes.
Ah,
And then
yeah,
Antonio
man.
Brown just went crazy.
He didn't go crazy, dude. He retired and bought a volleyball team.
But so yeah, so Derek Carr carries a curse
Or maybe it was soft
for your wide receivers. Do not play that man, and I probably, if you get, I expect the next person to probably be Rashid Shaheed. Expect him to probably be next in handcuffs or something.
Why do you think he's next?
He's the next wide receiver.
Oh, okay.
You already had Olave and Michael Thomas.
Why can't Taysom Hill be next?
He's not a receiver. He's not just a receiver. Clearly, these are just receivers.
Well, yeah, but Taysom Hill's more likely to throw hands. He already throws balls and stuff. I mean,
So, what are you saying here? That Devontae Adams got, or
Devontae Adams got lucky.
Got
He got lucky.
Even though they played in college and went undefeated together.
Yeah, he got lucky.
nah, see, because we just never found out about anything Devontae Adams did in college. That's the problem.
But that is it for my news. So we are going to hop over to Justin's side on the waiver wire.
Alrighty, we're gonna go ahead and jump right up into it, and we go ahead to these players who are leading leading the league. There we go. Anyways, back to the waiver wire pickups, like I was kind of shouting out earlier. Already talked about Joshua Dobbs. You gotta pick him up if he's out there. Another one, like we talked about, Aiden O'Connell. Depending on how he does within these next couple weeks. It could be something special in a dynasty league or in a keeper league. He's something you might want to pick up and see how he does the rest of the season. Tommy DeVito, probably don't worry about it. It's New York.
I'll say about Aiden O'Connell, though. I mean, I'd pick him up, bench him this week, see how he does against a good team, and then maybe play him.
Yeah, I mean, definitely don't pick him up and play him. Don't do that. Deshaun Watson, you got to get rid of him. He is not coming back this season. I bet he is not.
If you drop Deshaun Watson, I will say Sam Howell or Baker Mayfield. I would pick them up. I heard Sam Howell's been a dog.
More news. Drop Taylor Heineke. He lost his job again. Desmond Ritter starting. And that is because Taylor Heineke is out with a, low grade hamstring. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh boy. He's dealing with hamstring issues. So basically, they're going to probably play it safe with him. Because they don't want him to get hurt and, not be able to come back in the rest of the season. Then they'd be stuck with Desmond Ritter, which isn't good. Bryce Young has not looked good.
You should have dropped him after week 1.
If you haven't dropped him,
Picked him up.
you need to drop him. You need to drop anybody almost on the Panthers.
I mean, unless your name's Adam Thielen.
Frank Reich's gone soon.
He already gave up the play calling. So, I mean, might as well just leave.
Yeah, I don't see him being there next year at least 100%.
No, I don't see after
way.
this season, I do not see Frank Reich getting a head coaching job.
Yeah, I mean, I doubt it. He might be able to find some kind of backup.
Off to the Raiders.
Oof. Oh, yeah. They don't want him.
Now I'll send it to the Saints.
Yeah, no kidding. Let's see. Who else? We got Chicago. Tyson Bagent. If you had him filling in for you for some reason, drop him. Justin Fields is there. Hey, so Chicago might be on a roll, coming back, starting to get back in the groove.
DJ Moore popping off again. Let's go.
I can definitely see it. That's the only time he pops off.
Honestly, dude.
I mean, I don't know.
Tyson's been holding him back.
Like,
that and he just can't throw.
Like Chris said earlier, Kyler Murray is back. So if people wasn't picking him up because he was on the PUP list and he was on IR for more than half
My boy
the season,
is back.
He is back now. Clayton Tune, drop him
Go sit down.
somewhere. Preferably not on the bench. They don't want to see you.
No. God, no.
Now, I mean,
You know, during that game, actually, during the Cardinals game, I really wanted them to lose, even though it was Murray's debut, because they were the front runners of getting Harrison Jr.
yeah.
I'm
Well,
like, why did you go and win?
now you got to cheer for him to win the rest of the games. So
I was like, why?
that's
Now you're fighting with the Bears again.
tough. Who else we got? David Montgomery came back week 10, and boy did he come back.
Not even that. I mean, both the running backs went off.
I mean, yeah, that's fair, but you gotta understand. Jahmyr Gibbs still took most of the snap percentages. And on here it says he got 58% of them,
Mhm.
but he got 26.2 fantasy points last week, and 2 spots behind him, and the number 5 running back of the week is David Montgomery with 25.6 points, and he played 38% of the snaps.
Yeah.
Electric. Dude. Detroit, I believe right now is 8-2. Yeah, so I mean, whew, playoff run. And
Dude,
they got
I'm
a serious,
excited for the
solid
Lions.
chance for it to happen.
I'm honestly excited for the Lions. I hope they make it to the playoffs.
You got 2 dog running backs. Jared Goff has always been good enough to get the job done. You got Amon-Ra St. Brown. You got Sam Laporta, the rookie tight end who has popped off since he basically got there. I mean, first week or two was a little
Jamison
rocky.
Williams is starting to look a lot better. I'll say that when first couple games
he's
it was
slowly
iffy.
looking better. I don't know about to say a lot better.
Lions are 7.
But okay.
Oh, he was
Oh,
predicting
they've already
the
had their
future.
bye week. That's what that means.
Yeah, he was predicting the future. He was like, yeah, next game they're already winning.
Yeah, so he's like taking a dub.
Bears.
Oh, taking a dub. It shouldn't be too hard of a game, even though Detroit might find a way to make it a hard game. I don't know. Just with Justin Fields coming back, he might be feeling some type of way, ready to get some retribution for his team. We'll have to see about that and how well he can actually exercise his will to do that. Or they're going to end up getting their butts whooped. Either way, Lions running back room is popping off. Javonte Williams seems to be taking more and more of the workload every week for Denver. For a minute, I was thinking Jaleel McLaughlin might be a good waiver wire pickup. I think I said that a few weeks ago, actually. Guys, I lied. He's not getting enough snap percentage. I mean, when he gets the ball in his hands, that dude's almost as electric as Javonte Williams, if you ask me. But they're not giving him as many opportunities as Williams, so it's just kind of stunning his fantasy opportunities. This is a little bit interesting, just because we already talked about CMC a little bit. He's the 9th running back down on the list.
Really?
This week. And he's got Javonte Williams, Eckler, Devin Singletary, David Montgomery, Rachaad White, Jahmyr Gibbs, Kenneth Walker, and Brian Robinson. All ahead of him.
Really?
Brian Robinson in Week 10 went and put up 36.7 fantasy points. I can guarantee you that he is probably not a running back that is picked up in a bunch of people's leagues. He's consistently been putting up 8 to 10 to 12 points, depending on if you're in a PPR league, every single week. He's put up one good game, and that was against Denver back in Week 2. He put up 28 points, but besides that, this is the last game that he's popped off. If they can figure out what they are doing in Washington with their offense, and they keep giving him I want to say a decent amount of carries, but it ain't even the carries that did it for him this game. It was literally the receptions. He got 119 receiving yards, caught 6 of 6 targets, and he got a receiving touchdown. His rushing looked terrible. He touched the ball 8 times rushing. He rushed for 38 yards. So Washington Commanders running back room is also very, 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 very heavy. They need to give the man more touches. Mm-hmm. Give him a couple dumpaways if he's gonna. Give him 6 if he's gonna turn it to 120 yards. Sure, right. Give him 6 passes. But if he's gonna turn that to 120 yards, he better be able to turn 12 touches into at least 70 something. You gotta have somebody. But it's crazy. Why is he on top of the list here? He's number 1, bro. Number 1, Brian Robinson. Jaylen Warren and Najee Harris was right next to each other this week.
Yeah.
Jaylen Warren getting 19 and Najee
all of a sudden Najee Harris is
18.
Dude, this happens every year. Najee Harris close to the end of the season just pops off.
Well, yeah, he's about to lose his job at the end of every season, and he's like, I can't. I need to pay.
Bare minimum, and then at the end when they're like, so we're about to cut you. He's like,
He was like, you actually want me to play? Okay.
Which hopefully they kind of just slowly put Najee Harris on the back burner and maybe trade him away. Sorry, bud, but I got Jaylen Warren.
They'll trade him away.
And I need him to keep popping off for me. As far as ones that might be on the waiver wire pickup, though, it's just so hard with running backs, bro.
It is.
It is so hard.
I'm sure you got a list of some.
Is that all you had to say?
Yeah, because I'm gonna wait and hear your list because I might have somebody in mind.
You go ahead.
Ty Chandler.
I mean, yeah, it's a little iffy right now. We got to see exactly what's going on with them in Minnesota, but
I feel like he's been doing pretty good. Madison is questionable in fantasy right now.
Yeah, I mean, as long as he stays kind of a weird health factor, Ty Chandler's a very good receiving back. He's a decent running back. I don't see him taking that spot for Madison, though, unless Madison doesn't play. So it's like, if Madison don't play, He might be a good waiver wire pickup to save your team.
In my
if
eyes,
you need.
picking up Cam Akers was just a waste.
Yeah. Cam
Seeing how
Akers.
well Ty Chandler just did last week, yeah, it just like made me realize you guys are really just wasting some money.
They wanted to spend it somewhere. I mean, there's not really, yeah. Dude, I don't know. I mean, you got Ramondre Stevenson, who's questionable. You got Keaton Mitchell, who literally just started popping off 2 weeks ago. Gus Edwards was popping off every other week before that. And then Keaton Mitchell comes back healthy, and they're like, sorry, Gus.
We're going to put the young buck in.
Get back there. And it's kind of weird. It's mind-boggling to me. I don't know what they're doing in Baltimore, but I guess we're going to find out later tonight when I go watch the Bengals beat them in Week 11, baby.
Division rivals.
No, seriously, dude, Bengals, y'all are bottom of the division, and Baltimore is top. You guys
He's so hurt right now.
better win this game and thin the gap. The Browns and the Pittsburgh Steelers are ahead of us in our division. What are you guys doing?
God, dude, that's terrible.
Like, we barely got a chance to make playoffs this year.
Like, are you guys tanking for a reason?
Dude,
Like, you guys don't need a wide receiver or a quarterback.
our record ain't even terrible.
Joe Burrow was injured.
I was just saying, like,
This is true.
But,
First 3 to 4, I'd say he was not 100%.
but
Yeah.
then again,
But at the same
Colts
time-
are higher than the Bengals.
How do the Steelers and the Browns have a better record than us when they got Kenny Pickett and Deshaun Watson? I don't understand.
Yeah, that's
Underrated,
even.
overrated,
That's the other
Can't
thing.
comprehend.
That's the other thing. The Browns are without Chubb too. So like, how are they?
I mean, they
Up
didn't.
there.
also have
They really don't
to
need Chubb.
restructure their team. They went terrible last year.
I think the Browns' offensive line, just the way that they can protect the rush, I think just almost lets any running back come in and look decent at least. Don't get me wrong. Chubb's a dog, yeah, but they don't need him. They got Jerome Ford, who's consistently still doing just as well.
You think they're going?
started to?
You think they're going to give Nick Chubb a chance to redeem himself, or are they going to just trade him and say, "Yeah, we don't want to deal with the injury"?
I mean, like they
What
might.
injury did he have?
Multi-tears.
Dude, he had basically a different injury, but on the same leg he injured in college, and it was to the same part of his leg, the knee. He low key, it's iffy if he's coming
It's
back.
if he's coming back, and if he does and everything, it's going to be one of those. They might put him in to see how he does, and then
I need him to come back. He's
He
sitting
said
on my
fantasy.
IR right now. Like,
And I can't get rid of him.
I just traded a first round pick for him at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, that was
Like,
hard.
to go out and get hurt.
yeah, like I need the man back. I need him back. Screw me over.
Is he
right
out? Or
No, he's out for the
He's
season.
out for the season at least, if not out for life.
I
We're
mean,
waiting on those updates.
Same thing like Aaron Rodgers, but he's always like, "Oh, I'll be back soon."
Yeah, I was just saying, not,
He's out there walking on the fields and everything.
dude. There it is, Nick Chubb, South America, dude. Aaron Rodgers knows a guy. He will have you healthy in 4 weeks after you stop tripping in 2.
Oh
May
man.
not feel that leg anymore, but it's still there.
And
We gotta go.
mic drop.
Just kidding, that was me. But Summer has not been around a minute, and I'm about as wide as it goes, so it counts. Oh my gosh. This setup. This setup.
He's new to the setup. It was a surprise for him.
There's not enough. That's about right. That's where we was going with that. No kidding. How come you got the big desk and you give me the little kid desk? This is crazy, dude.
I'm a big boy. I need more room.
You look like the principal, and I look like I'm an ISS.
That's okay. We plan on upgrading you eventually.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
TV went out.
Oh.
Installing final updates.
All right then. I guess we're installing some final updates. I don't know what's updating, but okay.
Y'all get experience as we do.
It's all good.
Oh no, it's a virus. It's a virus.
It's all good. Well, my man Justin, what
All
else
right,
you got for us?
all right. We got terribly sidetracked right there. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and move on right to the wide receivers. Like you said, I guess Quentin Johnston could be a waiver wire pickup. He hasn't proved himself very much this season, but we also know LAC's wide receivers have a terrible record of staying healthy. So, I mean, as long as Keenan Allen and Josh Palmer are their go-to guys and Mike Williams are their go-to guys, you're going to have room for Quentin Johnston and Jalen Guyton, like I said earlier, who got picked up in our league already. You'll have opportunities for them to actually pop off. But I think maybe a more important part to the offense as we see more and more of these veterans go down is going to be, what's his name? Yeah, tight end.
For Chargers?
Yeah.
Gerald Everett?
That's his name. Which he ain't looked good at all this season, as far as I know. I mean, I'm pretty sure he's still available in our league.
He's
actually.
up. He's really up and down.
He's not available in our league, actually, and he's actually questionable right now too. I lied, guys. I lied. He hasn't put up over. Yeah, he ain't put up over 11 points this year. Actually,
Drop him right now. Just drop him.
Just cut him. Just...
And that was while the other receivers was healthy. So that was a lie. Gerald Everett's not gonna. No, Chargers just suck. Herbert, drop him.
He said Chargers just suck.
Austin Eckler, they're really gonna need him. They're gonna rely on him.
I'll say,
very hard.
If nobody has him, pick up Joshua Kelly. That's their receiving back.
This is fair. Which actually he might be due for some games to pop off if he can't find receivers getting open. Michael Gallup popped off for the first time, I think, this season.
That's a fluke. That is a fluke.
That's a
That's
fluke?
a fluke.
Okay, so
That
not
is
Michael
a fluke.
Gallup.
Do not go pick up Michael Gallup over one game because, no, that is a fluke. If he does, then...
If he does, then it's a double
If he does, it means...
If
If he does, it means just Dak just feels really bad for him at this point.
Yeah, that ain't no
The
lie.
script, they gotta change the script.
I'm just saying, like, as long as CD Lamb is available, I wouldn't even try to go after any of the wide
So he's
receivers.
been having amazing games
Yeah.
lately too.
Lamb has just been going off.
All right, well, there you have it. Don't pick up Michael Gallup. Actually, trade him if you have him. Sell him high is what I'm telling you. If you ain't hit your trade deadline, I guess it is already week 10. Most of you guys in fantasy football are actually.
But I say
probably
ours
past
is already
that.
passed, so.
But if it ain't too late, go for it. You know, I'm gonna just scratch this guy off the list. I was about to say Elijah Moore, but I don't know how Dorian Thompson-Robinson's gonna do. So until we see how, what is DTR?
Yeah.
This is initials. Okay. Until we see DTR and how he does, I think we actually seen a little bit of him in the preseason, but I didn't watch those Cleveland Brown games in the preseason because, like, I don't
Should've,
watch
probably.
preseason games that much, and I dang sure ain't turning on a Browns game.
I mean, you probably should have just to see why they're still beating your Bengals.
Easy boy.
We just gonna have to take the L this season, dude. I don't know. I don't want us to go to the Super Bowl this season, in all honesty. I don't think we deserve it. If anything, we deserved it last year when they stole it from us. Whatever. Because, you know, Patrick Mahomes can have a flu game last year, but he plays like trash when he gets a little cold this year.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I'm about to say that's gonna be a good matchup this week too. On Monday.
Yeah.
Eagles and Chiefs.
Oh boy.
Super Bowl.
Yeah, I'm gonna just sit Rashee Rice down. I'm gonna make sure he don't play.
But Elijah Moore has not been popping off a lot at all this season. So if he is still open in a couple weeks after you see how this man DTR does, and if he's even a good quarterback, I don't have very high hopes. But if he's doing decent and he likes Elijah Moore as a target, a lot more than he likes Amari Cooper as a target, for whatever reason, he might be one of the waiver wire pickups that you want to go check out. A little bit deeper on in the list, we got Demario Douglas. He didn't do terrible last week. He did put up 14 fantasy points. I think he's the lead receiver on the New England Patriots. I don't think anybody else put up anything.
I'm about to say he has to be.
Yeah, nobody put up anything more than that. No way. Impossible. But, let's see. You got Adam Thielen. These people just suck. There's nobody to pick up on the waiver wire. I need to join like a 6-team league next year so that I can just actually have good ideas to pick up so I know who's going to be available. Because I'm looking through my stuff right now and I'm like, dude, ain't none of these people available in my league. There's 14 people in my league. 14 times 15 is a lot. That's how many players we have on each team. Gabe Davis. Trash. Because the Bills have been doing dog crap. So,
yeah,
you can't trust him neither.
They're 5-5 with the Colts.
Yeah, no kidding. You got 5 solid receivers that you can count on.
All I'm saying is I would take the Colts over the Bills. For sure.
That rookie we had,
Josh Downs, dog.
Oh, yeah. But
right on to my uncle for that trade. I got my boy Josh Downs.
Michael Pittman is still wide receiver 1.
8 games with 8 plus or 11 plus catches. I think that's what it said.
No way.
Dang. I would just say
that's a decent stat.
I would just say I would bench Zach Moss for now just to see how it's going to keep going. But it seems like his snap percentage is definitely going way down.
Probably drop.
It's dropped a lot since.
Probably drop that one. For tight ends, Joshua nope, that ain't his name. His name is Michael Myers. No.
That was terrible.
It's definitely Michael Mayer.
No, it ain't. I don't care what Michael Myers says. It's Michael Myers.
You're missing a whole E right there.
He got 10 points this week. Which, I mean, it ain't the best. But he's a tight end. And he plays for Las Vegas, who has Aiden O'Connell, the prepubescent boy, throwing to him. So, he's got to be doing something right in Vegas to be getting at least
double digits.
Yeah.
Double digits. That's all that matters.
Jake Ferguson for the Dallas Cowboys.
Dog.
Repeatedly, week after week, is actually looking pretty decent. I don't know. I thought y'all was stupid for getting rid of Dalton Schultz, and I thought Houston was very smart for taking him. Dalton Schultz looks great. They still didn't make a mistake getting rid of him because the guy that they got looks great. He is a good pickup if he's still there. I'm not even going to tell you to go pick up Kincaid because I know he ain't there. I know.
No, right after people right after people heard the news about Knox, they was like, "Yep, waiver."
Yeah, that is no lie. However, Trey McBride, I have a feeling. I got a little bit of an itch that he's probably available in most. Maybe not after this week. But if he is still available in your league, go get him. Because I don't see him having too many very, very, very bad games from here on out. In the past 2-3 weeks, he's been riding it kind of solid. And now that he's got Kyler Murray back, I can see things kind of coming together as long as Kyler Murray is an answer. I guess that's the best way to put that.
It all depends on how Kyler Murray plays this game.
Yeah. Tyler Conklin. Did not look good for the Jets at all in 2022. However, he is becoming one of Zach Wilson's most reliable targets and probably one of his favorite ones to dump it away to when he can't find somewhere to go with the ball. So that being said, if you trust Zach Wilson enough, Tyler Conklin ain't a terrible tight end to go get. He also might be a good defensive back the way he got that pass deflection from, who was it? Was that Garrett Wilson in the end zone of the last bit of that game when he launched that Hail Mary down? All I seen, I think it was Garrett Wilson, but Zach Wilson okay, I got to give him props for this because he got out of a tough situation in that game. It was the very last play. He was trying to make something shake if he could. And he goes scrambling out of the pocket. I think it was, am I right? No, I don't know. I think I am, yep. He goes scrambling out of the pocket. He launches the ball down the field. Garrett Wilson goes up for it, both hands, and here comes Tyler Conklin like this. And just kind of bats it straight down. Takes all opportunity away from Garrett Wilson to maybe catch that ball. So he lost the game for him.
Friendly fire.
But when he ain't trying to pass deflect, he actually catches the ball every once in a while. I don't think he had too many drop passes that game. And he's getting more than 50% snap count. You can't be mad at him. They're not using CJ Uzomah how they should, so you might as well go pick up Tyler Conklin.
My fault, y'all. My boy back there hit his funny bone, so it was pretty funny.
It sounded like Kenny from South Park over there. All right. That being said, I said Dalton Schultz is a dog. He's still kind of popping off every week for Houston. He's at least putting up points. He's being consistent. He's being solid. Tanner Hudson.
I've heard about him.
Who is that? Tight end for Cincinnati, baby.
That's where I heard about him because somebody went and got him. That's why.
Sorry, Irv Smith. But this man, the past 2 weeks, came out of nowhere. He went from playing 0 snaps. He played 47 and 43% of the snaps in week 3 and 4. But he was 0% snaps every other week, except for 9 and 10. And week 9, he goes and he gets 4 of 5 receptions for 45 yards. Not bad at all. That's 9 yards per target according to the math on here. And then the next game he comes in and he catches 6 of 7 targets for 33 yards, which the yardage ain't the best. But if you're in a PPR league, as long as T. Higgins is still unhealthy, and they seem to be putting Tanner Hudson in.
He means Tyler Boyd.
Wait a minute. Instead of Irv Smith Jr., you might want to go look at picking up Tanner Hudson. However, if it don't go right the next couple weeks, he'll be leaving my roster. So he's riding a thin wire. We'll see how he goes.
And you're out of here.
You don't get the same notice.
No lie. Yeah.
You don't do something, you get cut.
Other than that, I'm gonna go ahead and just say every other tight end's pretty much sucking so far. Sam Laporte is doing good, but he ain't out there on the waiver wire, and I know it. You got Kyle Pitts, who might still be out there. Slim chance, slim pickings, who probably ain't. It's a possibility. Yeah. I don't think I have any other advice to help you guys out with your teams. We're in shambles over here.
Right. Well, as you guys know then, as we are going to wrap this up, make sure you guys follow us on Facebook, Instagram, X. Let me make sure I get that right before he yells at me, before I call it Twitter again. TikTok. TikTok. And make sure you guys subscribe to the YouTube channel, because if you ain't balling with your boys, who you balling with?
Go check us out on Spotify too. Ballin'.
We out.